Now, Psalm 1, interestingly enough, says, the godly man or woman delights in the law of God and meditates on it day and night. Now, I want you to know, Psalm chapter 1, that statement especially, to me, makes no sense without the New Testament. With the New Testament, it makes incredible sense. It doesn't just say, I delight in the law of God, to obey the law of God. It says, I delight, the godly man delights and meditates on it. You know, in Jesus Christ, in the Sermon on the Mount, gives you the ultimate meditation on the law of God. There's a tendency, if you just look at the Ten Commandments, to say, oh yeah, I can do that. But Jesus says, let's think about it. Let's meditate on it. You know, it says thou shalt not kill, but you know the implications of that. It means to love. It means you're not supposed to hate. You're not supposed to resent. You're not supposed to despise. Yeah, don't commit adultery, but you know that means you're not supposed to lust. And Jesus is meditating on it. Let me tell you something. Once you meditate on the law of God the way Jesus is meditating on the law of God, I don't know how somebody who is not saved by the blood of Christ, I don't know how somebody who doesn't understand the doctrine of justification by faith alone could ever look at the Sermon on the Mount and not be absolutely petrified by it. And I think it's Dr. David Martin Lloyd-Jones that once heard, I think he said this somewhere in his great book on that. He said one time, somebody once said, well, to be a Christian, you don't have to believe in Jesus. You just have to live according to the Sermon on the Mount. And Dr. Lloyd-Jones says, have you ever read it? God saved me from the Sermon on the Mount. I mean, in other words, if the Sermon on the Mount is true, I've got no hope. And see, the only way to delight in the law of God and not find the law of God an everlasting despair is if you understand that Jesus Christ fulfilled the law of God perfectly. He delighted in the law of God. He went to the cross. He lived the life you should have lived, a perfect life, and then died the death you should have died in your place. And now, because that's all taken care of, now I can delight in the law of God. Now, it is now a way for me to please my friend. Why? What's the law of God? It tells me what my friend loves and what he hates. And now that it's no longer an everlasting despair, it's something I can actually use, something I can actually do, something I can actually use in my friendship. It's no longer a way for me to basically coerce God into giving me benefits, and now it's a way for me to love my friend.